want to know if there's anything that could have been done. They want to know if Paul died and could have been saved, and they're never going to know that.
When a loved one dies suddenly and you don't know why, you seek out answers. In some cases, people hire someone to do an autopsy. But families say they have no shot of getting answers because the man they trusted with their loved one's body is accused of posing as a doctor.
KXAN investigator Brittany Glass has uncovered that man Sean Parcells has made his way to Central Texas, where he was hired to perform at least 2 autopsies without the proper qualifications to do so.
Just hours after Paul Schuessler fell at a Llano hospital in January, he died unexpectedly.
And all they really wanted to do was get some answers about what happened to their dad, what happened to their husband.
The family's attorney says the Schuesslers learned about Sean Parcells from this funeral home in Temple, Central Texas Mortuary Services. The family hired Parcells to do the autopsy with this contract.
I don't think that there are many more positions of trust that are more important than the trust we put in someone to take care of our loved ones after they die.
2 months later, Parcells was accused of illegally performing autopsies in another state. The Kansas Attorney General filed civil and criminal charges, including 3 counts of theft and criminal desecration. We worked with our sister station in Kansas to get an inside look at his Topeka lab. You can see samples from autopsy cases across the country sitting untouched. A temporary restraining order now bans Parcells from working.
How many cases, how many reports are on hold now?
I don't remember offhand. Maybe about 40.
I spoke to Parcells from his home over FaceTime. He claims he was qualified to do the job.
And as far as my pathology background, it is that of a pathology assistant.
But pathologist assistants are still required to work under the supervision of a doctor.
Supervision is, I have a pathologist that I work with. If I need to call him or FaceTime him, or take a photo and send them a picture.
Chief Travis County Medical Examiner Dr. Keith Pinkard says that's not how it works in any state.
Those activities are done under direct physical supervision by that physician, meaning the autopsy pathologist is right there while everything is happening.
In his defense, Parcells says he never completed full autopsies. When it came to his clients in Central Texas.
Did you tell them you were doing autopsies?
I told him I was doing portions of it. I did procedures.
But the Schuesslers' signed contract says they authorized an autopsy. It never mentions portions or procedures.
My clients never got any indication from Sean Parcells that anybody other than him was going to be performing autopsy services.
If people feel misled, Parcells says that's their misunderstanding.
You have emotions that are high. People are upset. They're not comprehending things.
Until the Kansas cases are resolved, there's nothing stopping Parcells from working in other states.
I certainly can go to another state, say Texas or Missouri, and set up shop there.
We reached out to the Texas Attorney General's office about Parcells potentially working here and the business he's already done in our state. The AG's office says it's received 1 complaint against Parcells' business. They say they are aware of the action taken in Kansas and are monitoring reports coming in. The office encourages anyone with issues against Parcells or his business to contact them. The Schuessler family just filed a lawsuit against Parcells, his company, and Central Texas Mortuary. It names the funeral home for its alleged connection with Parcells, claiming the business should have known he wasn't qualified to be performing autopsies. The business says no comment. The Better Business Bureau issued a nationwide warning about Sean Parcells' business after receiving complaints in nearly 20 cities. Robert Aaron, despite the civil lawsuit filed in Bell County, Texas is not part of that list, at least not yet.